Hey, welcome back to Nights and Weekends with me, Marcus, your host, here to one-man band on this side of the internet. As you can see from the thumbnail, we're going to hop right on in to this. So, as we can see, for the folks on the left who want to talk about the democracy and everything else, they are literally going to snap right on in line. There. All right. Snap. Right on in line when it comes to the fact that none of these people voted for this woman at all. Zero. Let me make sure I say this again. Let me zoom in. None of you people voted for this woman in a primary in 2020, nor for the current year, 2024. And you're going to talk to me, the folks on the right, about being in a democracy. Remember, also, Trump actually went out and got the votes. Joe Biden got 14 million people to vote for him in the primary, and Kamala Harris got 0. Okay, so let us just start off there. Hey, so this woman, our vice president, will say and do anything to get into office. Okay, so let us go on ahead, Ed and Marcus, future Marcus, throw in how the media used to view Vice President Harris prior to her getting the nomination. This comes via the PBD podcast. Please don't copyright strike me, Patrick Bet David. Okay, you can buy me and buy my house and everything in it many hundreds of thousands of times over. Please don't copyright me. Throw that on in.
Her being the presidential candidate. Go ahead, Rob.
Reports that say that you have the lowest approval rating of any vice president.
Well, there are polls that also say I have great approval ratings.
Swing voters don't like Harris. How big a drag is Kamala Harris on the ticket?
She's a pretty big drag. I think she was arguably Biden's worst political decision.
They don't like her. There's lots of reasons they don't like her.
Kamala Harris's approval rating is now at 28%, which is an historic low for any modern vice president.
We're hearing it from mainstream media, one outlet after another, one leak after another. That Kamala Harris is the worst vice president ever, the worst politician ever.
We don't see the vice president. What people are saying to me, and I'm sure they're saying it to you, where is the vice president? Some White House officials are feeling that she came off looking unprepared for inevitable questions about when she might visit the southern border.
We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making.
The point that Lester Holt was making was obvious to anyone else who was watching this interview, which is that the issues at the border are inextricably linked with the portfolio that she's been given.
The border is secure. We have a secure border.
Bidenomics is working.
Prices have gone up. And families and individuals are dealing with the realities of.
So, as we can see there, they looked at her as being a putz, okay? Missed it in action. The damn borders things are falling apart at the border. And now all of a sudden, now she's brat. She's all this kind of stuff now. Again, we can't be this goddamn stupid. Oh, no, we are, because I think that God loves comedy. Okay, so, hey, let us go down some of the things that she believed in prior to becoming vice president, when she was actually running for office, when you actually had a choice of voting for this woman to be president. Let us go on ahead and throw that on in. Okay. Throw in, Ed and Marcus, throw in the, I have my notes over here. You can't see them. Okay. Marcus, Ed and Marcus, throw in the decriminalization of the border crossings.
Very
clarity if possible.
Okay.
You're for decriminalizing border crossings. You're one of the people that raised hands at the debate. Do you agree with AOC that we should get rid of DHS altogether?
That is not correct. I am not in favor of decriminalizing or not having consequence for. We have to keep. Let me just be very clear. We have to have a secure border, but I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals. That's correct. That is correct. And what we've got to do is we cannot have any more policy like we have under this current president that is about inhumane conduct, that is about putting babies in cages, it is about separating children from their parents. And we have got to have policy that is about passing comprehensive immigration reform with a pathway towards citizenship, shutting down these private detention
Clarify this for me, though, because
Yes,
I do
please.
find it confusing.
Yes.
I believe if someone crosses over the border, it is illegal, and you would decriminalize it.
I would not make it a crime punishable by jail. It should be a civil enforcement issue, but not a criminal enforcement issue.
Okay.
So as we can see there, that is what she actually stood for. Okay. Remember the stupid ass kids in cages, even though it started under Obama, but the media finally picked up their balls only when Trump was following the same goddamn thing. So hey, let me also zoom in on this. This is why people hate politics, okay? Because at the end of the day, it is all for show. It is a show for dumb people. And it shouldn't be. How about we just stand on what we believe regardless of who is in office? Again, for the folks that know me in my real life, my everyday life, I did not vote for Donald Trump in 2016. Okay? Even though I was on the right, I wasn't going to vote for a person who I didn't know where the man's policy core was actually going to pan out. And then when the man actually became president and did a really good job at it, in my opinion, that's why I voted for the man in 2020 and would again walk over broken glass to vote for the man in 2024. Okay. I wonder how many folks on the left who, when Bernie Sanders bent the knee in 2016, instead of doing like Ron Paul did in 2016 or 2012 and said, hey, vote for the candidate that you believe in. Don't worry about voting just for the party. Again, the folks on the left, boy, they project a lot. But anyway, let us also throw in Kamala's mandatory gun buyback too. Also,
millions of, specifically, what would you do about the millions of, specifically, assault weapons that are already in circulation?
We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program.
Mandatory buyback means the government knocks at your door, takes your rifle, and mails you a tiny check.
So, as we can see there, she wanted to force people who have assault-style rifles to sell their guns back to the government by force, or else they were going to send men with guns to your house to forcibly take them. Okay? Let us also, this is something else that I have to make sure I throw in there. Okay? For the folks like me who live in part of the country where we get all 4 seasons, and especially Old Man Winter is, now it's summertime. It's nice outside, right? It's beautiful. Old Man Winter is doing this right now. As we can see, he's training, and he can't wait to unleash his fury on us in the winter. But remember, Kamala Harris also wanted to ban fracking, just so that we're clear, okay? And I swear to God, the thing that really, really, really pisses me off as a grown man and everything else, as you can see from the gray I have here in this beard, The problem I have with it is that when Donald Trump says something and I can articulate it the way that it actually is meant, okay, I stand by what the person says if I believe in it. For the people in my life who, when I brought up the banning fracking, and they're like, she didn't mean that. No, she did. No, she did. Because if you don't know, Kamala Harris is not like you and me, the folks that go to work and everything else, okay? She caters to the more progressive side of the left spectrum of our politics here, okay? She caters to the person who lives in a gated community, okay, who goes to Starbucks, who has the Lululemon pants, who also has the damn Tesla that your ass cannot afford, okay? A new one, by the way, okay? That is who she caters to. And those are the very well-off people who say, hell, hey, I make $250,000 a year. Yeah, eliminate fracking. I can afford it. You can't. Okay? The difference is you can't. Okay? Person who heats his home in the freaking Midwest, Chicago. Goodness gracious, Minnesota. Okay? I can end up telling you from a past life when I used to do a different job, I opened up my truck door, hopped out. It was negative 15 degrees in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nose hairs froze completely. If you think that human beings can live there without abundant, low-cost natural gas, you're out of your mind. Okay, I am not gonna curse because my aunt sometimes watches my video. I'm not gonna curse. I'm not gonna say the word I want to say. But anyway, so throw in that clip.
My family lives in Western Pennsylvania, where fracked gas wells have become a common sight. Will you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking your first day in office?
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yeah.
Okay, and then also one bonus clip of this woman is the grandstanding on Merry Christmas. Throw that in, Ed and Marcus.
And when we all sing happy tunes and sing Merry Christmas and wish each other Merry Christmas, these children are not going to have a Merry Christmas. How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
So I have no doubt. Let me stand 10 toes down on this right now, okay? Kamala Harris, Vice President Harris, is going to walk back every single last one of these. And the thing that is annoying is that the goddamn media, I'm sorry. The damn media will not press her like that broad in the blue at the National Association of Black Journalists, which none of y'all knew existed. I know I didn't know it existed until Donald Trump ended up going there. Like the woman from ABC News pressed Trump on everything. None of these folks are going to do it. Okay? They are going to be like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, let's just move on. So, how has the fundraising been going? Unbelievable. But I wanted to also throw in another clip because Trump might have been maybe 50% right, not 100% right. He may have been 50% right. When Ed and Marcus, even though you didn't find this clip the other day when you got off of work early, you're going to have to find this clip now of Trump talking about Kamala identifying as Indian, and then now all of a sudden she's black. Go and throw that clip in.
I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much, and she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black woman.
I
She went to a
respect
historically
either
black
one.
college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't because she...
So at first I'm like, come on, Trump, man, no, I've always heard this woman. I've always heard the vice president identify as black. Nope. So I had to go digging. I turned into goddamn Indiana Jones when he was changing out like the weighted skull. Okay, I went and found a clip of her when she was being entered, when she had a little skit or whatever with some Indian woman. I don't know. And again, I got nothing against my Indian brothers and sisters. Hey, man, we're all God's creation at the end of the day. Okay, God owns all this stuff. This house, this mic, you, me, and everything. Okay, but she... when the Indian woman said, "Oh, yeah, you are Indian," Kamala Harris stood there with a smile on her face and agreed. She didn't say, "Oh, I'm part Indian. Oh, I identify as black." Nothing. Play that clip. And again, let me make sure I say this for the folks that I know that I can interact with. I know that y'all are just going to blow that off. I know it. And you know what? I should just get all my sillies out when I get done recording. I should jump around here in the basement of your local school and just be pissed off and annoyed. So throw that clip in, Ed and Marcus, please.
Okay, so what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah.
So we're both Indian,
Yes.
but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
So she didn't say, "Oh, hey, I'm like half black. I identify as black, even though I'm half Indian, blah, blah, blah." She didn't say that. Okay. But as we, just to finish up on Kamala, she will say and do anything to get into power. And the thing is that her base is not the base of the party. Her base is I hate to use a communist term. It's the bourgeoisie, very well off, progressive / liberal. And, she's going to change on all of these positions, every last one of them. I would love to bet people in my real life that she's going to walk all this stuff back. But anyway, also, I wanted to jump on into something really quick here, okay? Here we go. I'm going to do some editing to edit my ass out of here. By the way, Kamala wanted I want to really quick on the abolishing ICE and everything like that before the fact checkers come in and say, "Oh, it's a lie." Here we go. She didn't say that she wanted to abolish ICE, but she essentially said, "Hey, we should start over new." Her comments follow similar sentiments expressed by Senator Kamala Harris of California over the past week in interviews with multiple outlets. She has said the government maybe or probably should start from scratch on our immigration enforcement agency. By the way, just so that we are clear, when Trump said this, when Trump talks about illegal immigrants, I get so annoyed with the general feeling I get from people as if, "Oh, nobody will do these jobs." When there was a chicken plant or something shut down, like in the South somewhere, they got all those illegal people out, which I say good, get them out. Okay. The people from the neighborhood got in line and applied for the jobs. Okay, but she wants to she wants to essentially start over ICE. But Trump also said something about black jobs. And you have a lot of assholes out there who are jumping on this. Not the folks in my everyday life, but from the stuff that I see, like Simone Biles and others. Again, a person who is very bourgeois, again, to still a communist term. But let me go back to my old faithful here, because this came out in 2008, by the way. Okay? In the midst of public debate over immigration reforms, the U.S. Commission of Civil Rights voted to examine the possible effects of illegal immigration on particular vulnerable segments of the U.S. working population, specifically low-skilled black workers. And then let's scroll down, because I've actually read this 100+ pages. Okay, I'm sorry. It's 90+ pages, but let's just go here. Okay, this is something that I brought up in a prior video, but it just needs to be reiterated for the folks who refuse to fucking read or just want to just make up shit in their own head. The consensus by panelists that there is a negative effect on wages of low-skilled black workers and the range of negative effects. It has a negative effects on black people. Okay? Specifically males, especially the ones who didn't graduate from school. So you want to make their lives more difficult. Okay? That is what the hell he means. But since Trump's white, he can't just come out and say that, because a whole lot of asswipes out there would just call him racist when he's just pointing to the fact. Okay? That is it on Kamala and stuff.
Hey, Ed and Marcus here. So we're just going to go on ahead and finish up. I will see you all in a week. I had another 5 or 6 minutes of, I would honestly call it a rant, but to me, it's just the damn truth on the inflation that has been experienced by the U.S. consumer and by everyday people. And again, I really want to go on that rant. That's another day. Okay. So I will see y'all in a week. This woman is going to walk back all of these positions. Take that to the bank. She's going to walk them all back. All right. And if you vote for her, you know what it is that you're going to get. All right. So see y'all in a week. Bye.